Howdy folks, I'm Gabriel. I'm here in beautiful Ubud, Bali, Indonesia with Niana and Ryan. And Niana and Ryan have a very awesome and unique job, which is basically they are adventure travel tour leaders. And along with our tours, they incorporate in kind of a spiritual aspect, doing yoga and stuff. So we're just going to talk with them a little bit about what they do and their most recent trip to a number of amazing locations. So you guys just got back from your trip to, where exactly did you go again this time?
Well, we called it the Royal Asia. We did Nepal for a week, Bhutan, the Kingdom of Bhutan, and then Tibet. Spent 1 week in each location.
And how many people did you have on these
Well, they
trips
varied.
with you?
Each week was varied, but about 10 people. We typically have between 8 and 12 guests.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to call it boutique travel.
Okay.
So, it's intimate and small enough so we can travel around smoothly, have a good cultural experience, but it's not too big of a group, so you can really get to feel the flavor of the place.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you guys been doing this?
Well, I think I started a company 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We merged 3 years ago, so combination of that.
Okay. And then what's the next trip that you guys have planned?
Next trip is Naina's taking a group to India.
I'll be doing an Ayurveda and yoga retreat in Kerala with a friend of mine who's a yoga teacher and owner of it's in West Hampton, New York, and she and I are collaborating to create just a really beautiful, relaxing India experience. We'll also do tours and see sights and everything, but will be a lot of Ayurveda, really healing and cleansing experience. That's January 12th to the 24th, 2014.
We piggyback that in February to New Zealand. We have a uber healthy hiking, yoga, dynamic movement retreat February 2nd through the 8th in Queenstown.
Gotcha.
We all focus on dynamic balance, so how to be in balance in life, but in a dynamic and very healthy way.
Adventurous,
Adventure, yeah.
exploring kind of a way.
Yeah.
Try to tie in the Maori piece, get some of that indigenous culture wherever we go.
Yeah,
as well.
mix in some of the culture along with, obviously,
Got
the
quite
travels.
a masculine dance that we're hoping to embrace.
I'm sure, yeah, I've seen some of that.
The haka.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're about too, is just what is it to be equal? It's to be divine masculine, divine feminine, expressing itself through relationship. And we work and play and live together and learning to grow in ourselves and in our love and how to do that with business, but with also our personal life and then also our spiritual life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot.
Hopefully
Yeah.
share that with the guests and then by that the world.
Yeah.
One little soul at a time.
Yeah, it's an awesome situation you have for sure. So how many, how long have you been doing yoga?
I've been practicing yoga since I was 18.
Okay.
So many years, I guess over 16 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started teaching in 2006. So that was, I started teaching yin yoga. That was my favorite thing to teach when I first started teaching. That's really what got me into teaching. And then living in Los Angeles, born and raised in Santa Monica, California, my yoga life grew up at Exhale, Center for Sacred Movement in Venice, and had amazing mentors, amazing teachers there. Shiva Ray, one of them, and I started to really get into her style. So Prana Flow, Vinyasa Flow teacher as well. So that merging that with Kundalini Tantra and breath work and women's sexuality. So all of that stuff, I'm bringing it into my own unique translation. But yeah, I've been practicing for a while. It's been my life.
Yeah, so it's just kind of natural, it sounds like, to incorporate that into the tours. So if you can explain for people sort of what a day would look like you were just trekking in the Himalayan mountains. You were explaining yesterday that you got rained out quite a bit on this trip.
Well, I like to answer that actually because our trips are so unique and they're so personalized. They're intimate experiences. They're not cookie cutter. This is what we do each time. Each trip has its own unique flavor and experience because of the place and because of the adventure that we're incorporating. So if we're in India, we'll always work with our local pujaris, local priests, and do ceremony connecting with the local culture. Or Peru, for example, we'll work with the shamans there that he's been working with for some years now. And or like Nepal, okay, we'll do a trek. Majorca, we'll do some rock climbing. Tulum, we'll go scuba diving. You know, so kind of picking up onto what is in the land, what is in the place, what are the people, what are those experiences that we can learn from and grow from and take with us in our hearts and hopefully become better people when we go back home. So like a typical day for one of our retreats is you wake up early, you know, not super early, but early enough so you can have a good, you know, start in the day. And we'll start with yoga, and then we'll do breakfast, and then we'll go on an excursion or a day trip, whether that's hiking all day or whether that's sightseeing, you know, going into you know, the homes of the people that we meet along the way. And then we'll like to end it with, of course, meals, you know, you gotta eat. And then we like to end it with yoga in the evening, if possible. Sometimes, you know, we'll be at places like in Tibet. We were just in Tibet, and it's not very easy to find yoga centers or yoga spaces, so we make do, and we have to be willing to be flexible and to be a real yogi and to say, okay, like this is that moment where, you know, maybe my practice is breathing and meditation and not like a full, you know, vinyasa class. Mm-hmm. And then we'll end with some, you know, like restorative or meditation or pranayam. It's this really intimate, deep kind of internal experience, and then we'll go to bed and kind of do it all over again. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we include traveling from one place to another, you know, like in India we'll do like North India and then go south, or you know, like when we did Nepal, we were in Kathmandu and we had to fly to Pokhara. So we, you know, have a lot of like travel, like if you really want to have a travel experience, that's what we get.
Yeah, an adventurous travel experience.
Yeah.
With a spiritual outlook.
Right, with the integration
and seeking out some of the cultural events and
big
religious ceremonies and
and trying to give back. We also we also have a foundation that's attached to the retreat company, and so we work with orphanages or schools or even the street kids. We'll make meals and deliver them to the street kids. You know, any little thing that we can do that makes a big impact on their life. So we're looking to start to teach them to fish opposed to feeding them.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's still, we bring medical supplies and blankets and, you know, just any little kind of thing that we can do as we go along. In each community that we visit, we also try to have that seva or give that piece that you know, really elevates the consciousness of the group, and it really builds some long-term relationship. We have some really, really fabulous family members around the world at this point.
I bet. It's really a sort of multifaceted travel experience for sure.
Yeah.
Bring it all in. You know, it's tough to do on your own. You know, when you get out there and you're traveling and you want to sleep in one day and all of a sudden the day is gone, or you find the groove the last day, or, you know, all these things, and we can really, we've carved the pathway.
Yeah.
And so we can take a group in and give them a full exposure in whatever the length of 7 or 10 days. Yeah.
What the options are.
And the inside scoop, the local priest, the local shaman, the local kind of nooks and crannies of the location. We have amazing ground crew, and also at each location that, you know, we've developed friendships and family ships with, and you know, so that also kind of cracks those doors open a little bit. You know, stuff that we couldn't find on our own, we have the, you know, local support for that.
Yeah. And the website is
awayinward.com.
Okay. Cool.
Pretty simple.
Alrighty.
Go away to go inward.
Yes.
Merge spirit with adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so much for coming over and visiting us in our Javanese hut in Bali.
Yeah.
On
It's an amazing spot.
Yeah, vacation time.
Yep. Happy trails.